Hello everyone. Welcome back to Old Charles, the channel where we explore the history, value, and fascinating stories behind coins from all around the world. Today, we'll be diving deep into the United Kingdom 2-shilling coin from 1966, a classic pre-decimal coin that holds not just monetary worth, but also cultural and historical significance. So, if you love coins, history, or want to know if the 1966 2-shilling coin in your drawer might be worth something today, then keep watching to understand the 1966 2-shilling coin. We first need to look at its background. The 2-shilling coin, also called a florin, was first introduced way back in 1849 under Queen Victoria. It was created as part of Britain's early experiments with decimalisation. At that time, the florin was worth 1/10 of a pound or 24 pence, since there were 240 pence in a pound before decimalisation. By the time we get to 1966, the 2-shilling coin had become a standard part of the British pre-decimal currency system. It circulated widely alongside other coins such as pennies, halfpennies, threepence, and shillings. Now, the 1966 2-shilling coin specifically was issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. This was just 5 years before Britain adopted the decimal system in 1971. After decimalisation, the 2-shilling coin remained in circulation as it was revalued to 10 new pence. It continued being used until the smaller 10p coins were introduced in 1992, when the larger pre-decimal style was finally withdrawn. So in a way, the 1966 2-shilling coin represents the end of an era, a coin that bridged the old pre-decimal world with the modern decimal currency system. The 1966 2-shilling coin has some beautiful details worth pointing out. It features the young portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Mary Gillick. This was her first official coinage portrait, showing her wearing a laurel wreath, symbolizing victory and timeless monarchy. The reverse shows a detailed Tudor rose in the center, surrounded by thistles, shamrocks, and leeks, representing the 4 nations of the United Kingdom: England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales. Around the edge, you'll see the words FID Def, Fidei Defensor, meaning Defender of the Faith, the denomination 2 shillings, and the year 1966. This design by Cecil Thomas had been in use since 1953, and it's considered one of the most iconic designs of the era. Now, let's talk about the technical details. The 1966 2-shilling coin was struck in cupronickel ***, which is an alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel. Earlier florins were made of silver, but by 1947, all silver was removed from circulation coins in the UK, and cupronickel became standard. The coin has a weight of about 11.3 grams and a diameter of 28.5 millimeters. It has a milled edge, which helps prevent counterfeiting and also gives it a distinctive feel when handled. Tens of millions of these coins were minted in 1966, making them a common circulation coin. But as always in numismatics, condition, rarity of errors, and demand in the collector's market play a huge role in determining value today. So, what is the 1966 2-shilling coin worth today? Let's break it down. Circulated condition ***. In average circulated condition, this coin is still quite common. Most pieces sell for about £0.50 to £1 GBP, around $0.60 to $1.20 USD, since they are not particularly rare. Good condition / very fine ***. If your coin has been well preserved with only light wear, it can fetch around £2 to £3 GBP, around $2.50 to $4 USD. Coins with sharp details, little to no wear, and good eye appeal may sell £4.5 to £8 GBP, around $6 to $10 USD. If you have a coin that has never been in circulation, with full mint luster, it can be worth £10 to £15 GBP, about $12 to $18 USD. Keep in mind that these values are approximate and can vary depending on collectors' demand and the coin's true condition. One of the most interesting things about the 1966 2-shilling coin is that it's a transitional piece. Collectors often like to own these coins because they come from the final years of pre-decimal coinage before Britain switched to the modern system. While it's not a rare coin, it's a great starting point for beginner collectors. Its larger size, bold design, and link to Queen Elizabeth II's early reign make it an attractive addition to any collection. There are no widely known error varieties for the 1966 issue, but like with all coins, rare minting errors, such as misstrikes or double strikes, can significantly increase value if authenticated. To wrap it up, the 1966 2-shilling coin may not make you rich, but it's a fascinating piece of British coinage history. It represents the bridge between the pre-decimal and decimal eras, carries a beautiful design, and is a must-have for anyone collecting coins of Queen Elizabeth II. If you have one in your pocket, it's worth keeping not just for its small monetary value, but for the story it tells about Britain's history and the evolution of money. So, what do you think? Do you have a 1966 2-shilling coin in your collection? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into the world of coins. We're taking a journey into British history through the United Kingdom 2-shilling coin from 1966. This is more than just a piece of metal. It tells the story of Britain's evolving currency system, monarchy, and society. Stick around to learn all about its long history, fascinating design, and present-day value. To truly understand the 1966 2-shilling coin, we need to go all the way back to the origins of the florin, the coin's original name. The florin was introduced in 1849, during the reign of Queen Victoria. At that time, Britain's currency system was quite complicated. There were 2 pence in a pound, 12 pence in a shilling, and 20 shillings in a pound. People had to constantly calculate strange fractions like half a crown or a guinea. The introduction of the florin was actually part of an early experiment in decimalisation. The florin was worth 2 shillings, which equaled 1/10 of a pound. This made it easy to calculate values in tenths rather than dealing with twelfths and twentieths. But here's an interesting fact. The first florins issued in 1849 did not include the words "Dei Gratia," by the grace of God, on Queen Victoria's portrait, which caused outrage among the public. People thought the omission was almost sacrilegious, and those early florins became known as the godless florins. In 1851, the inscription was restored, and from then on, the florin became a standard coin in the system. After World War II, Britain's economy was struggling, and in 1947, silver was removed entirely. From that year onwards, 2-shilling coins were made of cupronickel instead of silver. This is the same metal composition that the 1966 issue uses, so by the time we reach Queen Elizabeth II, the coin had already gone through nearly 120 years of transformation. The 1966 2-shilling coin belongs to Queen Elizabeth II's early reign. Her portrait, designed by Mary Gillick, shows a young queen wearing a laurel wreath, symbolizing classical beauty and victory. It's important to note that this was just 5 years before Britain officially decimalized its currency in 1971. After decimalisation, the 2-shilling coin was revalued as the 10 new pence coin because its worth fit perfectly into the new system. This meant the 1966 issue is one of the very last of the true pre-decimal shillings, yet it survived into the decimal age. For over 2 decades after 1971, the old 2-shilling coins remained in use alongside the new decimal coins. They circulated until 1992, when the smaller 10 pence coin was introduced, and the big old shillings were finally withdrawn from circulation. That means the 1966 2-shilling coin has the rare distinction of belonging to 2 different monetary systems, pre-decimal and decimal. A bridge between the old and the new. Now let's place this coin in its time. The year 1966, Britain in the mid-1960s was going through great cultural and economic change. It was the era of the Beatles, the swinging 60s, and England's famous World Cup victory in 1966. Coins minted during this period reflect a Britain that was modernizing, yet still holding on to many traditional values. The 2-shilling coin itself carried symbols of unity across the UK: the Tudor rose for England, the thistle for Scotland, the shamrock for Ireland, and the leek for Wales. This made the coin not only a piece of money but also a symbolic reminder of the United Kingdom's shared identity. So, the 1966 2-shilling is not just a coin, it's a historical artifact that carries echoes of Britain's monarchy, cultural pride, and its transition into a new era of decimal money. So, the 1966 United Kingdom 2-shilling coin is more than just small change. It represents over a century of evolving British money, from silver Victorian florins to the cupronickel era of Elizabeth II. It's part of the story of how Britain moved from complicated pre-decimal currency into the simplified decimal system we know today. If you've got one of these coins, you're holding a true piece of history, a coin that lived through 2 monetary systems and carries with it the spirit of the 1960s. Now let's talk about one of the most important parts of a coin's value, its condition. For the 1966 United Kingdom 2-shilling coin, condition plays a huge role in how much collectors are willing to pay. Even though this coin is common, grading and condition can turn a pocket change piece into something worth holding on to. Condition matters because coins were designed to circulate. Every time a coin passes from hand to hand, goes through cash registers, or sits in a pocket rubbing against other coins, it suffers small scratches, nicks, and wear. Over time, the fine details, like the Queen's hair strands or the lines in the Tudor rose, begin to fade away. Collectors use coin grading systems to describe how much wear a coin has. The less wear, the higher the grade, and the more valuable the coin becomes. Let's go through the most common grades you might encounter when examining a 1966 2-shilling coin. One important tip: never clean your coins. Cleaning leaves scratches and removes original patina, which lowers their value. For collectors, condition is everything. While a heavily circulated 1966 2-shilling coin is only worth a small amount, a perfectly preserved uncirculated coin is much rarer and more desirable. Many collectors aim to build sets of all the pre-decimal coins from Queen Elizabeth II's reign in the best possible condition. This is why high-grade 1966 coins can command significantly higher prices even though millions were minted. In short, the condition of your 1966 2-shilling coin is the key to its value. Most coins will be worth about 50p to £1 in circulated grades, but sharp, uncirculated examples can fetch up to £15 or even more if they have outstanding luster and eye appeal. So, if you've got one, take a close look. Check the Queen's hair, the Tudor rose, and the coin's edge. Who knows, your coin might be a high-grade survivor of Britain's pre-decimal era. Thanks for watching Old Charles. If you found this breakdown of coin condition helpful, give this video a like, and subscribe for more deep dives into coin collecting. Until next time, happy hunting!